This is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I don't cover cryptocurrencies from the standpoint that other people cover cryptocurrencies. Obviously, a big thing. It's a big money maker here on YouTube. And to each their own. If people want to talk about that and they're fascinated and buy it and in it and investing in it, go ahead. But here I like to talk about cryptocurrency and NFTs and all this stuff because it has everything to do with the New World Order and digital currency. Because digital currency has to do with taking the mark. The mark of what, you might ask? The mark of the beast, of course. And while people believe that cryptocurrency is a way to escape the New World Order's control, to get away from the Federal Reserve, it is in fact becoming centralized. Just ask India, who is now officially getting into the cryptocurrency universe by launching their own digital currency. And why does that matter? Well, it matters because they're one of the world's largest economies, and after them, it's going to continue, and it's going to be worldwide. And then it's going to be a worldwide universal digital currency. But let's listen to India as they've decided that they're going to get control of this, and they're going to tax and have a centralized digital currency of their own, starting not in 10 years, not in 5, this year. Take a look.
Introduction of a central bank digital currency will give a big boost to digital economy.
Yeah, of course a boost.
Digital currency will also lead to a more efficient and cheaper currency management system. It is therefore proposed to introduce digital rupee using blockchain and other technologies to be issued by the Reserve Bank of India starting 2022 and 23. In recent years, digital banking, digital payments, and fintech innovations have grown at a rapid pace in the country. Government is continuously encouraging these sectors to ensure that the benefits of digital banking reach every nook and corner of the country in a consumer-friendly manner. Taking forward this agenda and to mark 75 years of our independence, it is proposed to set up 75 digital banking units in 75 districts of the country by scheduled commercial banks.
Today, India is making headlines. It has been resistant to legalizing cryptocurrencies, but may have taken some steps now in that direction. At least that seems to be how it's being interpreted. Our David Hollerth covers cryptocurrencies for us. So walk us through this move and what it means.
Yeah, so yesterday, or earlier this morning, I guess you would say, India time, India's finance minister announced first a 30% tax on virtual digital assets, which to us sounds like cryptocurrencies. Most people, news outlets have been taking it to mean cryptocurrencies. So there'd be a tax of 30% on cryptocurrencies, which is good for a lot of people, especially the investors in the country, because India is one of the countries that has gone back and forth a lot in terms of whether or not they want to ban cryptocurrencies or try and figure out how to regulate it somehow. So this is really positive news for crypto investors, seeing that there is some sort of effort to regulate the technology. Then also on the other side, India is also sort of setting dates for their CBDC rollout. So the central banks also going to sort of start testing and piloting a digital currency, and they've given a date for the launch of that currency to the public for sometime this year or next year. So two sort of milestones being taken on different sides of the digital currency landscape for India.
So the concerns here, again, are the fact that by having a digital currency, by eliminating physical currency, and it's one step closer to the mark. I get it. People are like, but Call, we use things like PayPal. We've heard about this stuff for a decade. They've been talking about cashless. Why? Because they've been prepping people to accept it. the more they beat it into people's heads, the more that they're ready for it when it happens. They've been doing limits, right, on how much money you could withdraw from the bank. If you're not aware, they have. They've been, because they don't want people stuffing under their mattress, but eventually, of course, everything will be digital and it won't be worth anything. But they've also been doing a massive attack on coins, right? We can't go to the laundry because there's a coin shortage. Can't give you exact change at restaurants. This is all part of the digital currency plan, and India introducing the digital rupee is right in line with the New World Order's plan. So India's central bank will launch the digital version of the rupee in the next financial year. And by the way, don't ask me what people tapping on the table has to do. I don't know if that's a religious thing or something. I don't know. I thought for a second they were all killing bugs. I don't know. But they were tapping on the table. They seemed excited about the New World Order currency. And again, India's specific one won't be, but centralized digital currency is going to happen worldwide. We know in America, the feds are already planning on it, right? You saw that little map in the research stage. There's a lot of places that are in the research stage. And then, of course, there's places that have rolled forward with it. And then you have the launching in a place like India, and then you watch dominoes fall. So the introduction of a central bank digital currency, as the woman said, will give a boost to the digital economy. This is all back talk to make people go, a boost to the economy? It sounds good. We need that then. Digital currency will also lead to a more efficient and cheaper currency management system. And they'll be taxing 30%, as you heard. The Reserve Bank of India will introduce the digital rupee this year. Blockchain, the woman who spoke gave no details. I don't know how to pronounce her name, sorry. Gave no details about how the digital rupee would work or what it would look like, but said it would be introduced using blockchain and other technologies. Blockchain refers to the technology that was originally created alongside Bitcoin. So they'll be using blockchain. And yes, I know a lot of you comment when I talk about crypto and I talk about Bitcoin, and you always are saying, oh, blockchain's the, it's the technology that's going to be used for the digital one world currency. Totally understand where you're coming from, what you're saying. So here you go with your blockchain referring to the technology that was originally created alongside Bitcoin, but the definition has since evolved, and as its applications have moved beyond cryptocurrencies, India would be one of the world's largest economies to introduce a so-called central bank digital currency if it sticks to its plans. China has been working on a digital version of its currency since 2014 and is furthest ahead when it comes to launching this technology, central bank digital currency, also known as CBDC. So each country's it's gonna start with each country having a digital currency, and then look, it's going to evolve into a worldwide one currency, right? So in other words, when you go to like China and you have cash, well, nobody's going to China. Let me use a better example. Let's say years ago, before when you could travel without being a zombie, the people like us who can't go anywhere now, when you could go to UK or, say you went to Mexico, right? You went to Cancun or something. You would have to exchange your cash for pesos, right? Down there, or the euro in the UK. You go in the airport, you throw it, you go up to the machine, you get the money would come out, and then when you leave, you go back and you try to get that converted to cash because you don't want to go home with the pesos because they're worthless in America for the most part. Sometimes you might forget, you might go through your book bag and find them and go, oh, well, I guess I'm stuck with this now. Yeah, remember that? Well, what'll happen is when you travel to other countries digitally, your cash that's in your digital currency will just automatically turn into what their digital currency is. They might not come out and say it's a one world currency, but everything will convert because everything will be digital. And the only way you'll be able to buy and sell and convert money through different places, to different countries, is through having something implanted eventually. That's what it's leading towards. That's what I've been warning about. Many have been warning about. Okay, this all ties in with the mark. It ties in with so many things that are going on now, and it's continuing to happen, and it just continues day by day. If you look back at some of the first commercials, with the credit card about the the cashless payments, right? PayPal, but the cashless payment system, everyone was, oh yeah, well they're completely integrated in it now. And so this isn't a step where it's going to be like, what? Less and less people are using cash, and less people are using coins, and that's part of how they just ease people into the transition. It'll be easy. And then, of course, first it probably will be you can do it on your phone, and then, of course, it'll be a chip. So, over the past 2 years, the People's Bank of China has been carrying out trials in the form of lotteries where digital currency is handed out to citizens in certain cities for them to spend. More recently, the central bank has looked to expand the use of its digital currency. China has not launched its digital currency nationwide yet and has no timetable to do so. So, this is experiment one for the most part, because this is a big economy in India, compared to, some of these smaller countries which have experimented with it as well. So this will be interesting to see, and I'm sure they'll come out and say, India's economy is flourishing now. Everybody should follow suit, right? And I don't know what it means for Bitcoin and the other currencies, if they're going to crash or anything like that. I have no idea, and I'm not, telling anyone. You get the point. But you're going to see, I guarantee you, them come out and talk about India's economy flourishing, being able, tax-wise, no one's going to be able to cheat the government and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a positive experience when it's displayed to the nations, on the news, on the propaganda boxes, and people will say, that's great. Maybe when it comes here, we'll have the same, because we have problems with this and that, the economy. Oh, we need it here in America. And, we don't want, Janet Yellen in control, and this is how they lure in Republican people. Because again, these people are wicked at the Federal Reserve. Nobody's saying that they're not, but they're taking control of the currencies, and this has been a plan. They've eased people in with these other digital currencies, and now they're coming with theirs, and it's going to all mix together. Maybe they'll say, hey, your Bitcoin can convert to the digital currency and we'll accept it at the store. Or maybe they'll just flat out say, you can go buy your groceries with Bitcoin. Maybe you already can, and I don't know about it. But keep an eye on these things. Countries that continue to roll this out, central banks rolling out digital currency, we're getting closer and closer every single day to what. But listen up for the trumpets, because they're going to sound sooner rather than later. Reminder, check out the website at callforuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. I hope to see everybody over there. And I want to make sure, please subscribe to my backup channels. It is really important that you do so. One more strike, and this channel will be, 2 more is gone, which has happened, I think, 6 times last year. Maybe it was 7. I think it was 6 times. 6 times last year. Pretty ridiculous. Some of them I hadn't even uploaded on yet. But that's the way it is. So please make sure you sub to the backup channels. Make sure you hit the notification button as well. And same here, because I know a lot of people are complaining that they're not seeing my videos in their feed. So just click the notification bell if you're still listening. That way, hopefully they'll notify you, but don't count on it. I thank you guys for being here. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families.